Hi everyone! Welcome to the knitting channel. I'm Tishiana Chorna, and this is a quick tutorial on how to join sock yarn ends to knit scrappy socks. I'm currently using up my sock yarn leftovers here, combining a solid color with a variegated one. I've prepared 2 small balls of yarn for you and will show you how I join the ends. For this, I'll need a spray bottle like this. Inside, I have regular tap water and a little bit of soap. You'll need liquid soap. Fill about half of the spray bottle with water and add 2 to 3 squirts of liquid soap. About 1, 2, or even 3 pumps so the soapy water is nice and concentrated. Shake it really well to get some foam going. Next, we need to take the 2 yarn ends. You can use a knitting needle or a tapestry needle. I usually use the needle I'm currently knitting with. I mostly use flexible double-pointed needles, trio needles. We need to separate and fluff up the ends. We twist and fray the yarn end like this, trying to fluff it up as much as possible. You can use a thin needle for this step. I fluff it up really well, and if any loose fiber flies off or separates, that's totally normal. We just keep fluffing it up. I'll fray the second and be right back. So I've fluffed up every single ply that makes up our sock yarn. It should look like a little puff of fuzz. I took a special needle and did the exact same thing to this one. We split it into 2 strands, then 3, and fluff it up really well. The better you fluff up the yarn, the better it will felt together later. I always snap off these very tips so they stay as thin as possible. Now we place them in the palm of our hand, laying one thread over the other like this. You see, they overlap just a little bit. Then shake our mixture well and spray it on. Make sure your palm is wet. Time for the magic. We roll the yarn firmly between our palms, felting the wool fibers together. Look, it's already started felting a bit. It's best to keep rubbing until your palms are dry. Sometimes sock yarn doesn't felt on the first try, and if you pull on the ends, they might pull apart. When that happens, I trim the wet ends on both sides and repeat the process one more time. It ends up really strong. That's because we separate our thread into super thin fibers literally every single strand. You see, it's twisted, and usually there are 4 or 6 plies at the core of our sock yarn. That's why you need to fluff it up as much as possible and pull off any excess fibers sticking out. That's how we join our sock yarn. Look. The color has felted together here. Touch it, you can tell it's been felted, but it looks just like a continuous thread from a single ball. This is how I join all my sock yarns. The 6-ply Alice wool time yarn doesn't join very well for me. Thick yarn like Alice wool time gives me a hard time felting. So for that one, I do everything I just showed you, but I tie a small knot first, leave long ends, and then felt those ends together. That way, the felted yarn holds up nicely. I'm still going to experiment with felting that specific yarn, but so far I haven't cracked it. It's the only 6-ply yarn I can't seem to felt properly. All other sock yarns join and felt together brilliantly. If it doesn't work out on your first try, no worries at all. Just trim the wet ends again and give it another shot. Add a bit more water. Roll it between your palms a little longer, and you'll get awesome socks. You can use up even tiny scraps like 10 grams, 3 grams, or 5 grams to knit bright, fun socks for yourself as a gift. Or for our soldiers, using up every single bit of leftover sock yarn. If you'd like a full tutorial on how to knit scrappy socks from yarn leftovers, let me know in the comments and I'll definitely film it for you. Thanks for watching this video. I hope this was a helpful trick to get rid of all those woven in ends when using up scraps. Plus, if you're knitting socks for our military, every single knot can rub against the foot. With this method, you join the yarn naturally, avoid hiding tons of ends, and you can't feel it on your foot at all. Don't forget to drop a like on this video and leave a comment. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Right now, I'm preparing a tutorial on knitting a strong heel using short circular needles and trio needles. I'll switch over to trio needles here and explain different ways to knit a strong heel. Stay tuned for the upcoming tutorials in the next videos. Bye-bye!